you wish you could unlock some extra funds right when you need them the most? What if I told you that you could do just that with the value that's locked in your home? Sounds tempting, right? Let's explore how you can do this through something called equity release, even if you're in an IVA. Equity release refers to a financial arrangement where you, as a homeowner, can release funds from your property without needing to move out. There are two main types: lifetime mortgages and home revision plans. They're designed for seniors aged 55 and over, and the best part, you don't have to make any repayments until you pass away or move into long-term care. But hold on, while this might sound too good to be true, it's important to remember that equity release is expensive and can reduce the inheritance that you leave behind. Now, if you're familiar with IVAs or individual voluntary arrangements, you might be wondering how this all works together. An IVA is a formal and legally binding agreement between you and your creditors to pay back your debts over a period of time. This is available only in England and Wales. One of the clauses within many IVAs is an equity release clause. This clause requires you to try and release some of your equity to repay your creditors towards the end of your IVA term. This might sound complicated, but don't worry, I'll walk you through how it works. So, 6 months before the end of your IVA term, you'll be contacted to provide some information about your property and any outstanding loans secured against it. This information will be used to calculate the equity that you have in your home. You can only be asked to release up to 85% of your equity, and if the equity in your home is less than £5,000, then you won't be required to release any at all. Now, here comes the tricky part. If you have an active IVA, it's very unlikely that you'll be approved for an equity release plan. You'll also struggle to get a secured loan or remortgage your property because lenders will be cautious due to your financial history. But here's the catch. As per the conditions of your IVA, you're still required to attempt to release this equity. If you can't release the equity or can't release enough to cover your IVA repayments, then you could have a couple of options. You could ask friends or family to make a lump sum payment into your IVA, typically equivalent to 85% of your share of the home equity. Alternatively, you may be asked to extend your IVA and monthly repayment for another 12 months. So, as you can see, getting an equity release with an IVA isn't a straightforward process. It's a complex area that requires careful consideration and professional advice. Always remember, any form of borrowing against your home should not be taken lightly. Equity release will reduce the value of your estate and may affect your eligibility for certain means-tested benefits. However, if managed correctly, it can also provide you with a much-needed financial boost in your later years. If you're interested in seeing if you could release equity, simply click the link below and fill out the short form. It contains a few questions like your property value and date of birth and will give you access to quotes tailored to your circumstance. It's totally free to fill out and, of course, won't affect your credit score.